What if the next war doesn't happen on Earth? What if it begins on the moon? Not for exploration, but for power. A silent race has already begun.
Because beneath the surface lies unimaginable wealth.
The only question is, who will own it? But do they even have the right to claim the moon? Decades ago, laws were written when space was only about exploration. Today, space is no longer just science. It's business.
Private companies are now racing for control.
Some believe the first trillionaire will be made in space.
Is this humanity's greatest opportunity, or its next great conflict?
For centuries, the moon was a mystery. It inspired myths, dreams, and endless curiosity. Until one moment changed everything.
Humans finally touched the moon.
What we found was unexpected.
The moon was no longer just a mystery. It became a target.
On the moon lies a hidden source of unimaginable energy.
Helium-3, a fuel that could change everything. It could power entire nations for decades. Whoever controls it, controls the future. But extracting it is far from easy. The question is no longer science. It is survival.
On Earth, resources are running out faster than ever.
Rare elements power everything we use today. But on Earth, these elements are becoming harder to find. And that is why the moon became the answer. Now corporations are racing to reach it first. Is the moon humanity's future or its next battlefield? The race is no longer theoretical. It is global.
Major powers are preparing permanent lunar presence.
Other nations are moving just as fast. Private companies are no longer observers. They are players. The moon is no longer a destination. It is becoming a home. And in this race, second place may mean loss.
The competition is no longer peaceful.
Every move in space is now monitored.
Some assets in space are no longer public.
Even conflict is now being simulated in orbit. Technology is becoming the new weapon.
And in space, silence can no longer be trusted. We are standing at the edge of something unprecedented.
Between curiosity and control lies the future of humanity.
We may soon live beyond Earth, among the stars. But greed travels faster than technology.
Everything leads to one final question.
Who will own the moon, and at what cost?
After the question comes silence.
In the end, it is not about space. It is about us.
Or perhaps it is the beginning of something greater.
But history has a way of repeating itself.
Everything becomes still again.
So, who will own the moon? And what will it cost us all?
After every decision, the universe continues.
Our presence in space leaves only traces.
The future is already being written. The universe is far greater than our conflicts.
In silence, truth becomes clearer.
And the universe continues to expand. But the story does not end here.
Something is still transmitting from the moon.
The world is watching again. On the far side of the moon, something was never revealed. And somewhere, the universe continues to ask new questions. The signal is not random. It is structured. No known system can explain it. Beneath the surface, something does not belong.
Time itself begins to behave differently near the signal.
The universe is not silent. We simply never listened closely enough.
Whatever is coming is already close.
The boundary is no longer static. It is moving.
It is responding to our presence.
Perhaps we were never alone in asking questions.
Inside the signal, patterns begin to form structure. No one speaks because no one understands yet.
And beyond this moment, something else begins. The signal is no longer random, it is learning.
This is no longer a discovery. It is a response.
Something beneath the moon is now active. Reality near the signal is unstable.
We are no longer in control of the outcome.
It is closer now than we ever imagined.
This is no longer observation, it is interaction.
The integrity of the orbital defense grid is the priority.
Resource allocation for the upcoming transit is equally critical.
The system
Deep beneath the moon, the core is not natural.
Time is no longer linear near the signal.
It is no longer hidden. It is forming.
And now, everything stops.
It has now taken form, and it is aware of us.
Every system on Earth is now listening.
The first time, it responds in structure we recognize. The closer we get, the more reality breaks apart.
We were never the observers. We were always the observed.
And now, there is nothing left to say. For the first time, it speaks directly.
We finally understand. We were never alone in curiosity.
Everything returns to its origin state.
And the universe begins again.